Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the Cloud Computing degree at WGU. This is actually a pretty fascinating degree, even for myself. Like if I was going to go back and do one of the degrees, this would be definitely one of the ones high on my list. I have said before I recommend doing the computer science or software engineering degree over this degree because I feel like this degree kind of locks you into cloud and you won't be able to go anywhere else. Whereas those two degrees can still get you cloud jobs if you still put all the cloud certs on top of it. But this is still a great degree if you really have your heart set on learning cloud, and the other degrees, like they would be kind of boring to you, then there's no point doing those. Just do this one, get a job in cloud. This degree is very good. It has all the cloud classes that you can possibly want, all the certifications that you would need. It comes with a lot of certs, to be honest with you. Although if you do want to hack this degree, you can do those certs outside of WGU. So it would cost a little more money, but if you want to absolutely ensure you get this degree done in 6 months or at least 12 months, then I would recommend doing some of the certifications outside of WGU. Or perhaps you already have some of these certs, right? Maybe you already work in cloud and you just want you need a bachelor degree on your resume, then you'll actually probably have some of these certs already and you can transfer them in and get this degree done faster. So I'm going to go through the spreadsheet and show you guys how you can hack this degree, how you can accelerate it, complete it in 6 months or 12 months using ACE credits such as study.com and Straighterline and all of those websites, and also how to transfer in some of the cloud certifications as well. So cloud is an ever-growing field. Cloud engineer usually is not something you can jump into right away. You're going to need some type of experience first, maybe as a security analyst or at least help desk at a minimum, you need something to jump into cloud engineering because it's not really a entry-level role. But this degree combined with all the certs and like a entry-level job, you will break into a role as a cloud engineer or similar title, as long as you keep at it and gain some experience, right? This degree will definitely set you on the right path, and especially these certifications. So we'll get into that right now. All right, guys, here we are in the spreadsheet. So I'm going to show you how you can hack this degree fast and get your bachelor degree very quickly. So you take these classes at study.com. These classes you can get done in 2-3 days each. They're very simple general education courses. You also have the computer science courses, but these courses won't take you that long either. Some of these courses are crucial to your knowledge if you want to be a cloud engineer, such as, you need to know database stuff. You need to know database stuff extremely well as a cloud engineer. Networking is another IT thing you need to know. Introduction to programming, of course, you need to know at least the basics of programming. As a cloud engineer, you probably won't be doing much coding as a software engineer would do, or even a data engineer, but you will be doing I've heard every cloud job is different, like every cloud engineer job is different, like it totally depends on the company, but odds are you won't be doing too much coding, but you'll be doing at least a little coding. But I have heard there are cloud jobs you don't do any coding, and there are some cloud jobs you do heavy coding. So it all depends on the company, but for most, you're probably going to do a very minimal amount of coding, but you will do some. So you definitely need to know the basics of programming, preferably Python. So you get 2 programming courses, Intro to Programming and Programming in Python. So the only one that's going to take you probably a little longer than usual is this one, Introduction to Programming in Python. This course might take you a good week. I did this at study.com. It's a fairly intermediate course, at least the project is. The quizzes and reading are pretty easy, but the project is, pretty intermediate level, I would say. Database programming, get that study.com as well. So yeah, you got your math classes I would take at Straighterline, but you can do these at study.com as well. And then English, I always recommend to do at Straighterline because Straighterline's English is accepted everywhere, whereas Sophia and study.com I don't believe are universally accepted, but I could be wrong. That could have changed. So project management and introduction to web development at Sophia. Project management you can do at study.com, but it's like twice as hard as the Sophia version. Introduction to Web Development. This class is only available on Sophia. It's not available on Straighterline or study.com. So This one you have to do at Sophia if you want to transfer it in. Sorry guys. AWS Cloud Practitioner certification, which is a very important cert. Well, it's not an important cert, actually. I take that back. This is a cert like a lot of the cloud engineers actually skip. They just go straight for the AWS Cloud Architecture Associate. Like, they just skip straight to this one. So those trying to get a cloud job, they usually just skip this cert entirely, but it's still good to have on your resume. So do that, and it'll transfer in as Cloud Foundations. And there's all these certs basically you can transfer in. You know, the AWS ones are pretty good. Like, most cloud jobs do revolve around AWS. You know, it's the most mainstream cloud platform, although any of the 3 cloud platforms your job could require. So it is best to learn all 3, but the one that has the odds of landing your job the most, especially with lesser experience, is AWS. So I feel like the other 2 actually hire more experienced people, whereas AWS is bigger and they take a lot more, you know, they won't take you with no experience, but they'll take you with minimal experience. So it all depends on the company though, once again. So CompTIA A+, I always recommend to do this one because it gets rid of 2 courses, and that would be very beneficial for you. Like I said, you could do all the AWS ones, AWS Cloud Architecture, AWS Cloud Practitioner, AWS Sys Admin as well. So those would get rid of 3 courses. Yeah, like you can knock out almost the entire degree, really. But the thing is, you must do at least 31 credits at WGU. WGU, and any school for that matter, will not let you transfer in more than 75% of credits. So you have to do at least 31 credits at WGU. So you have to save some of these for the degree. You have to save at least 4 of these for the degree, or at least 4 of these, you know, so you have to save some. And then these classes to do at WGU. Ethics and Technology, which is a 2-day exam, very easy. Data Systems Administration, you can actually transfer this in with an equivalent course, but, you know, good luck finding it. Internet by Things, Infrastructure, Scripting and Automation, Managing Cloud Security. I will note you can transfer this one in as well if you have passed the CISSP exam, but I am putting it down here because I'm assuming probably a vast majority of you don't have that, and it's an expensive exam, and I don't think it would be worth it to do it just to transfer in this course. If you're doing the cybersecurity degree, I would definitely highly recommend passing that exam because you can get rid of 5 to 6 courses in that degree. But in this degree, it's just like this course and like one other course. So, you know, I would recommend not doing it and just doing the course at WGU. So these 19 credits at WGU, and then you'd have to do at least 12 more, like 12 of these somewhere that you pick, save for WGU. So like I said, cloud is very fascinating. You know, I've thought about doing the AWS certs myself. You know, like I was struggling, like, hey, what tech job should I follow for a long time? You know, I've kind of taken up the path of iOS engineering. I do some projects in my spare time, you know, a lot of hobby coding. Like I said, I'm also in a master's degree program for computer science, but, you know, iOS engineering is kind of where I found my, like what I like to do, but I considered being a cloud engineer for a while. It looks fun, you know, and if you don't want to do a whole lot of coding, this is actually like a great job, and, you know, another 6-figure job, right? 6-figure job, and cloud's going to keep growing. Like, if any of these fields are going to grow the fastest, it's probably cloud engineering. Cloud's going to get huge and huge and huge, right? Software engineering will still grow, but I think cloud engineering is probably going to be the fastest growing field. And right now, it's still not too hard to get into. Like, I've heard stories where somebody will take a team of a bunch of people with no experience, right? I think since then it's gotten a little harder for sure. Like I said, it's rare to get a cloud engineer job with like no tech experience whatsoever. But like I said, if you get all these certifications, if you can get this cloud computing degree or a computer science or a software engineering degree, any of those 3 degrees, or information technology too, any 4 of those degrees, to be honest. And you could get away with the IT management degree too. So I would say those 5, you can definitely get a cloud job if you add all the certifications. Network, add the certifications, find an entry-level job that's not quite labeled cloud engineer, and work that job for a little while, and then just mass apply for cloud engineer jobs. So I would also find somebody that is a cloud engineer, preferably that went to WGU, and see how they became a cloud engineer. Life is about networking, guys. If some of you are young, life is about networking. Find somebody who's a cloud engineer on LinkedIn and pick their brain. Okay. What did I do when I started this YouTube channel? I messaged somebody and I picked their brain. Like, hey, how did you do this? How did you get to this level? Like how to, what are your secrets? Same thing with my last job that I worked, like, hey, how did you get in here? What are the steps? What are the things you accomplished to get into this position, to get into this role? If you follow their blueprint that they did, you'll likely get the same job. So life is all about networking, all about guidance. Guidance is very important, and people are willing to help. Go on LinkedIn, go message somebody. Not all of them will reply, but some of them will. So I highly recommend to network. Find somebody at WGU who's a cloud engineer, or somebody that did not go to WGU, but pick their brain, how they got into the field, especially if they became a cloud engineer right away with no experience. That's the person you want to talk to. Unfortunately, I'm not that person, to be completely transparent. I wish I was, so I can give you guys great information to, hey, here's how to become a cloud engineer with no experience. Quite frankly, I don't know how to do that. So, I would recommend going to find somebody on LinkedIn who does know how to do that. So, but anyways, guys, this degree looks really fun. Like I said, the thing about WGU degrees is they have minimal general education. So a lot of the degrees look very fun because a lot of them are related to what you're learning, plus this degree and the cybersecurity degree. What's fascinating about those 2 degrees is you get so many certifications with the degree. You can do the certifications before the degree too, but either way, you're going to get the certifications. So it's pretty cool. Because in cloud and cybersecurity, these 2 industries, the certs matter just as much as the education. So, in cybersecurity, it actually matters more to have the certs than education. And in cloud, it's probably about the same, right? They definitely want you to have a bachelor degree in cloud. You're not going to get away with an associate degree. But they want to see the certs and the bachelor degree. They're both extremely important. If you can add all these certs, that would be amazing. And then just try to get a job with any of the 3, some company that has any of the 3 platforms. Like I said, AWS has the most jobs, so I'd try there first. Just type in AWS Cloud Engineer or AWS, Cloud Solution Architect, something like that. But anyways, guys, I wish you the best of luck completing this degree. It's a very fun degree. I like this one a lot. It was in my honorable mentions as one of my top degrees at WGU. And I have no doubts that you would eventually find a really high-paying job at some point with this degree. With this degree and the certs on top of it, I think you would definitely land a job at some point in the 6 figures. So the cool thing about WGU is they know a piece of paper doesn't really get you a degree. The thing with brick and mortar schools, like physical schools, is the networking can get you a job, right? The thing is WGU is a online school, so it doesn't have networking. So how does WGU make up for this? It's with all the certs that come with the degree. A physical school is not going to offer a degree come with all these certs, it's really such an insane thing that WGU does offer. Like I said, I'm a big fan of WGU. I'm a big fan of how they gear their degrees to get you a job. WGU wants to see you get a job, 100%. So most schools that are physical, they do not care. once you graduate, you're on your own. WGU, they try to hook you up. They try to make sure you land a job. They want to see their graduates successful. So, but anyways, guys, this video has gone on long enough. I wish you the absolute best. I hope in your future you become a cloud engineer. So if you can do that, that would be amazing. Comment down below what job you are trying to find. What is your goal? Do you plan on doing this degree or one of the other WGU degrees? Comment below. I'm always interested in what everyone's doing. And if you have any future suggestions for future videos, let me know. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Bye.